Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking all about how I basically survived the first trimester. At the time of filming this, I am in my 13th week of pregnancy, but by the time you see this, I'll probably be 14 weeks and completely out of the first trimester and into the second trimester, which is very exciting. I feel so much better and so much more like myself. I do still have days where I feel very down, very off, very sick, very tired. It's just a thing. I think that's just going to be a part of pregnancy up until the little baby decides to make its grand appearance. But I'm just kind of embracing that as part of pregnancy. However, the first trimester, those first 12, 13 weeks are rough, let me tell you. And I wanted to just share some of the products, some of the food, some of the items, and also just like habits and stuff that really helped me survive and enjoy, to an extent, those 12 weeks. One of the first things that I wanted to share, and this is something that I haven't seen a ton out there. I've watched a lot of these kind of videos to try and obviously get ideas for myself when I first found out I was pregnant and was really struggling with feeling sick. This is something that I wanted to throw in, which is a journal. Why did I just say it like that? I think that having a journal, especially when you first find out you're pregnant, can be super helpful because not only is this like an exciting time that you want to document and write down your excitement, write down how you felt when you first saw that like positive pregnancy test, write down how your partner reacted, write down all the emotions you're feeling, and that can be so fun to have. But it can also really help with some of the mood swings, hormonal shifts, and things that can happen early on in your pregnancy. I went through about 2 weeks of kind of depression, I guess you could call it. I would say it was very minor depression, if anything. And more than anything, I just really didn't feel like myself and I didn't know how to deal with it, and it really put me in a bit of a bad mood. And I was very down, I was very sad for no reason, and it just wasn't very fun. Journaling did help, being able to just write down how I was feeling, get it out onto a piece of paper, feel like you have somewhere to vent and share your emotions and your feelings, and there's absolutely no judgment within the pages of your journal. And then sometimes reading it over can actually help give you perspective. I also love this idea because if you're planning to have more kids in the future, it might be something to look back on and see how your pregnancies were different, or to remind yourself that, hey, I felt like this last time, but I felt okay after a couple weeks. So I just think that journaling can be a great way to get some perspective and feel like you have a safe place to go with everything that's happening and all the change. And it's okay if you have a bad day, write about it and allow yourself to have that moment. So if you don't have a journal, head to your dollar store. That is literally where I get all my journals for like under $5. You can get yourself a cute journal, and I would definitely recommend documenting this chapter of your life. The next thing that I wanted to share is something that you definitely are going to want to consult with your midwife or doctor with before. I mean, anything with pregnancy, everyone's going to tell you the same thing. You need to talk to your doctor before, and so I'm going to say that with everything in this video. I mean, besides like journal and stuff like that, you probably need to talk to your doctor about that. But for other things, health related, definitely chat with your doctor if you have any questions or if you feel unsure about anything. And so this is something that I did switch due to like consulting with and discussing with my midwife. I was finding that my prenatal was making me throw up. I was feeling nauseous no matter what, but the second that I'm so out of breath. The second that I would take my prenatal, I would throw up within like 10 minutes, and I was taking it with food. I was trying to take it morning, night, afternoon. Like I tried everything. I switched out my prenatal a couple times and just nothing was helping. It just honestly was making me throw up. So at the end of the day, I wasn't even getting all those nutrients from the prenatal into my body because it was making me throw up. So in discussing with my midwife, she told me that it would be okay for me to switch and just find something that had folic acid in it. She said you can just take the folic acid for a little bit until maybe you're like used to feel a little bit better. And then she recommended B vitamins because they can really help with nausea, and I've heard a lot of people say that B vitamins did help. So what we did is we went to the store and we actually found this really cool one. It's an absorbable B complex with folic acid plus vitamin C. So it has the amount of folic acid that I need to take daily plus B vitamins, which have really been helping with my nausea. I'm now switching back to my prenatal slowly, but honestly this helped me so much and just took away so much of the actual throwing up. I would still feel nauseous a little bit, but this helped so much. So that's something you could even bring up and discuss with your doctor or midwife. Of course, they're going to know best, and they might have different recommendations based on your body and the nutrients and things that you might be deficient in or need. And so, of course, talk with them. But that is something that did help me that I would recommend maybe bringing up with your midwife or doctor if just throwing up is becoming too much for you. The next thing I wanted to share, and honestly this was a lifesaver, if you take anything from this video, go buy these. I will also link everything that I can find online that I've mentioned in this video down below in the description box below for you to find very easily. But these, okay, they're called Chimes Ginger Chews. They're gluten-free and vegan, and they only have cane sugar, ginger, and tapioca starch in them. So they're very like good and raw and natural and good for you. They aren't crazy like they're dried ginger chews at Costco, and they're disgusting. Like, I can't handle the taste of ginger. I think it's gross. And so I just can't do anything that's like 100% natural raw ginger. If you can, grate ginger, make ginger tea at home. Like, ginger helps with nausea so much. I don't even know what it is about ginger that does it. I feel like I need to research that. But honestly, if you feel nauseous, take ginger. If I feel really sick to my stomach or nauseous, honestly, just like popping one of these in my mouth and sucking on it like candy, I feel better within minutes or seconds. Like, it's literally crazy how much ginger can just help reduce that feeling of nausea. And so I really enjoyed these. Another thing to keep in mind is, like, if you look on Amazon for nausea chews or like pregnancy candies or things like that, there's something called Prego Pops. They're like $40 for a little jar of them. I'm not about to go drop $40 on some sweets just because they're like pregnancy related. So if I were you, I would just go with something like this. They're so much cheaper. I think these were under $10, and they come with quite a few in the bag. They've lasted me the entire, I mean, I still have plenty left, but I love them. I keep these in my purse, in our car. I keep them at home. Take them with me everywhere, because there's nothing worse than feeling really nauseous suddenly in public or when you're out with friends or things like that. Another food item that really helps with nausea is, of course, soda crackers. I'm living off of these. I don't know if this will ever end during pregnancy, but especially in the first trimester, it's so helpful. My number one tip would be leaving a package of these beside your bed, because first thing when you wake up, it's the worst when you feel sick. You just wake up and feel like I'm gonna throw up. It's so uncomfortable and you don't want to get out of bed. You know you need to get food in your body, which is like, because the number one thing when you're pregnant is, I noticed, I used to go hours without eating. I would practice intermittent fasting. I sometimes wouldn't eat breakfast till 11, and I felt totally fine, like my body never needed the food. However, now that I'm pregnant, if I go longer than 2 hours without eating, I feel like I'm gonna throw up and I get nauseous. And so, especially in the morning, you wake up, you've gone like 6 to 10 hours. I don't know how long y'all sleep. I sleep for a long time. But you've gone quite an extensive amount of time without any kind of food or water in your body, and so you're going to need to get something into your stomach. And soda crackers can be really great just to like munch on like 3 to 5 crackers first thing when you wake up. It really helps to settle your stomach, and then you can get up and maybe make yourself a bit of a bigger breakfast, or at least just that nausea subsides. It's the worst. Sometimes I'll wake up like really early, earlier than I actually need to, and I'll feel sick and I'm like, oh, now I can't go back to bed. I just take like a munch on a cracker and it just settles my stomach again, and I'm able to fall back asleep. So soda crackers are so helpful to have. Again, I leave them in the car, I leave them in my purse, I take them everywhere, and I leave them beside my bed. They're just lifesavers. Thank goodness these things are cheap, because if they were not, we would have a serious problem, because these are just, I've never heard anyone not recommend soda crackers when you're pregnant, so just always have these on hand. And then the last thing that I wanted to share was try and get outside and get fresh air. This is something that really helped me. I was in the hotel for the first couple weeks of our pregnancy where Rodolfo works, and so, you know, I was stuck inside a lot and I felt really sick, and so because of that, I was laying in bed a lot. I would open the windows like wide open, let in fresh air. Once I would start to feel a little bit better, we would go outside a lot. And honestly, even if you don't feel that great and you're like, I just can't go for a walk, or like I can't go for a run without like feeling like I'm gonna throw up, kid you not, hop in your car, do down your windows, and go for a car ride with the air blowing on your face. Fresh air, I don't know, maybe this is just me. Let me know if you're like this too, but fresh air helps me so much when I feel sick. Especially when I'm feeling nauseous, just like getting fresh air, breathing in fresh air feels so good. It's also really good for you. It's not good to be cooped up inside all day. So if you can, get out for a walk. If you can, even if you can't go for a walk, hop in your car, do the windows down, open the windows in your home. Maybe even just, if it's like winter, just open them for a couple minutes here and there and just like breathe in some fresh air. Go stand outside your front door and just like take a couple deep breaths. Like fresh air helps so much. And so now that I'm feeling a lot better, I've been doing most of my exercise outside, running and walking, because on top of getting exercise, I'm getting good fresh air, and it just feels so good to breathe in fresh, natural air. So that's another little random tip. Anyway, that's all that I have to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If this is helpful for you, please be sure to give If this video was helpful for you, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to click the subscribe button. New videos every single week. I try and put out 2 new videos a week. Right now I'm trying to stick to like Tuesday and then like Thursday or Friday. It's kind of my rough uploading schedule, but with the holidays right now, I'm kind of just taking it week by week because obviously I'm not going to like upload on Christmas. So I don't really know when you're going to be seeing this video, but I hope that it was really helpful, and congratulations to any of you who are expecting. If you're in your first trimester, hang on tight. It does end. I really hope it comes to an end for you because honestly, I don't know how women handle this when it goes into the second and the third trimester and they still feel this awful. I have so much respect for you, and I hope that these help you. But just know that if you feel like poop, it's okay. We all go through it. Just survive the first trimester and all will be well. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.